down there. It was convenient. There's a few people there.
Yeah, the place I went to, the Masonic Hall or something like that, was on PCH, just about half a mile from my house, and it was only 3 of us in that whole room. Plenty of help to get you started on the computer. It was nice.
I think they should have it that like that every election, just to make it so much easier. There's no reason, you have no reason not to vote.
Do you have your ballot given to you?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have your ballot given to you? Or do you have
Did
to
you get yours in the mail?
Well, yeah, I brought, and you have to take it with you. And they take a barcode off that.
Yeah, and then they invalidate that, and then you just type in your stuff.
Yeah.
Or you can't get a ballot there?
Yeah.
No.
Sure.
No, yes.
Yes, you
Yes.
can all walk in, give them your name and address, and they can give you a ballot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because they have to print it out for you.
Right, they print it right there.
They're open
What
at
was
7.
interesting is that they give you a blank ballot and then on the computer it gets filled in.
Yeah. It's so high tech.
Did you vote, Robert?
Hi.
Did you vote?
I haven't voted yet, but I made up the list of what I'm going to vote for. That's what I was asking, because in my hometown, there's at least 5 places you can vote now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
over.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi.
You better
I
get
find
there
it-
soon.
I find it very reprehensible and almost un-American that people would limit the way and access to voting.
Oh,
I see that in the news all over, like in Texas, there's 1 voting place per county.
Yeah, and
It's like-
Alabama, all the
There's
Atlanta.
counties that are bigger than Rhode Island and
oh,
Texas.
counties that are huge. Yeah.
Why? I mean, they should be at every library and fire station, for
Right.
Christ's sake.
Right.
Except for the states. The states
Well,
have that.
You also have to get people to man them.
Well, there's
Yeah.
lots of people out there that will do it, but it's not for the lack of people. It's the people that run it, the Secretary of States and
Okay.
the people in charge. They're the ones that set where they go and, that kind of thing. It's all volunteers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to the state to handle.
I understand. And it bothers me that some states are open, like California, put them everywhere. And then some states like Georgia and Texas, they only put them in the areas where the people that support them vote.
Yeah,
That's not right.
Got that right.
we know why they do that.
Anyhow, I am recording this meeting, and today, as I understand correctly, we're going to have Bob Zabanini talk about Photoshop, the new neural filters, and then depending on our time, we've had a lot of interesting posts again to our Facebook, so I thought we would repeat what we did last Friday, kind of stroll through those, and that seemed to be a lot of fun. For next week, Amy has volunteered to do her portrait class on Friday. Is that right, Amy?
He dropped off.
She's gone. Where'd she go? My computer died. I gotta, uh-oh. Maybe she's signing back on. Okay, so let me just hold off on that a minute.
I have a question. I have a question. I have a full screen, and last week I didn't have a full screen, but I could see different people on top or on the side.
You have to go to gallery view. You have to change your view. Look for what says view and change to gallery view.
And
Or move your cursor over to the upper right-hand corner and you'll see what looks like a box made up of little dots.
Yeah.
Click
Okay.
on that.
And it should say view with
Yeah,
that.
mine says you.
Oh, boy, I got everybody now.
Good.
Good.
Okay, Amy has risen from the ashes.
Where'd she go?
I thought she went and had dental work done.
You scared your computer.
Amy's going to do next Friday's class. I need a mental health break next week. So I need somebody to volunteer to do Wednesday. I'll still do the hosting and things like this, but I've been putting quite a bit of effort every week for several months here. And I just feel like I need a week off here in preparation. So does anybody would like to make a presentation for Wednesday? Come up with an idea
Steve,
for the presentation.
Steve, you and I talked about doing the Google Drive thing. You haven't mentioned that today. You want me to do that on Wednesday?
Okay, yeah, you and I have been talking about that, and your PowerPoint was pretty good. I made a couple of points on that, but why don't you do that on Wednesday?
Okay.
Make that Wednesday's project, go over the details, make sure everyone understands clearly how to use the shared Google Drive.
No,
Kevin did send
that'll
me a
work.
PowerPoint, and he's really got it figured out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're not going to be here next.
Oh, no,
week?
I'm going to be here and I'll do the same, log admit
Oh,
everybody. It's just,
The lectures get to be a lot. you
oh,
know, Just prepping them, and I'm still in favor of us having some days where we just sit and chat for a while. It doesn't have to go for the whole hour. But if we know it's like we used to do that when we met up at the VA. Not every time that we have a big lecture or something. So it's been great having all this education, but we don't have to do that each time. It's okay to have some weeks that we, Wednesdays that we just come in with questions and, hey, by the way, there's just one little catch that I'm doing I can't quite get. And
well, that sounds good. And it looks like we got next week covered. Also, the week of Thanksgiving and the week of Christmas, we're going to go dark.
take a vacation.
yeah.
We're not gonna be doing this on those 2 weeks. And then, of course, I'm not sure what day, does anybody know when New Year's is? What day of the week?
I don't, but
Same as,
Yeah, one of those days that
Friday.
ends in Y.
Friday.
it's a Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving and Christmas, we're not gonna do Wednesday or Friday, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
okay,
so we will start the week after January 1st for next
The
year.
6th, 6th of January.
Okay,
It'll be 2021. Now think about that.
think about it.
2021.
it sure did.
Where did the time go?
Oh,
So,
out
anybody
for
else have any
2023.
other announcements they want to make?
Larry, what were you saying?
I said, look out for 2023.
Right.
Why?
I'll explain that to you. You remember the Mayan calendar ended on, they said 2012, remember? Remember 2012,
Mm-hmm.
Mayan calendar? But most people don't realize there's an 11-year gap in the calendar, so 2023 could be the end of the Mayan calendar.
Well, Hallmark will have a heyday with that. I don't know what that means. My math isn't so good. Okay. So
That's
the
what
Mayan
math is.
calendar's over. They didn't plan ahead.
They did. They said it came in cycles, and they said the end of their calendar said there's something catastrophe happening. So it makes sense.
Yeah, the catastrophe is they didn't plan enough calendars. I don't know.
The calendar keep repeating. They had the calendar set. It was, at any rate.
Well, that's exciting news.
Yeah, apparently they got wiped out by salmonella before they could keep the next calendar up.
Well, and there you go. Was that what wiped the Mayans out? The salmonella?
They think it's food poisoning has wiped out many tribes and civilizations, even prior to the Spanish coming over here with smallpox.
Wow.
Wow.
That's,
My mother-in-law tried to wipe our family out once with it, so you know.
oh boy, there you go.
You fooled her.
Don't eat what you brought, man.
All right, well, let's get Bob going here. Bob, you can share your screen now.
Yeah, you have any announcements you want to make first?
I think we've covered everything. I think we've more than adequately covered everything. Oh, one,
Okay.
yes. Catherine, you had some nice pictures from your trip, but I haven't seen them on our Facebook page.
Oh, okay, I'll get some more on.
Why don't you put them on?
Yes.
Okay. Bob, it's all up to you.
Okay.
You got it, Toyota.
Okay. Y'all see my
Yes,
Photoshop 2021
yes. Oh,
pattern? Okay. Going to talk about neural filters and some of the Photoshop release that just came out. They make a big deal about artificial intelligence, and there are some elements of this that are pretty phenomenal, and go through those. Some of the filters you may or may not want to use. So starting out, I put this picture up on find it here. I put this picture up on the web, and this is my daughter-in-law, and I'll expand it. Are y'all?
Yeah.
You can see it okay?
yeah.
She's cute.
Okay, this is the first filter that comes up whenever you're there, and I call it photo retouching. I'm calling up the neural filters. You go to filter, and you go down, and you find it, and this is the first one. You have two: skin smoothing or smoothness. And on the left is a photo as it was. It's kind of a hot day in Mexico on a cruise. And on the right, this is after I applied the two filters. And if you look carefully, it's very subtle, but it's very powerful. You look at her nose, her forehead, it smooths all that out. She's 60 years old, and
Wow.
I won't say she's got crow's feet. If
There's
she hears that.
Smile lines.
But
Smile lines.
it took those out quite rather nicely. Now,
Oh,
on the side there, you can go as far as you want on these filters. And if you go too far, you'll get what I'll call the China porcelain doll effect. And it's very unreal. So you have to take and use your judgment. And I was using this as a gauge here, because this is dimple here is part of her natural smile. So I didn't want to take that out too far. So I only took it out partially. Now, she, again, I won't say she's got turkey neck or anything like that, but there's some places there. And I just used the repair filter separately from the neural filter that I use for the smoothing, and brush that out. So that's what you see when you line up. That's the skin smoothing. That's the first one. It's photo retouching. There's a lot of photo retouching programs around. There's add-ons. Some of these filters that we're talking about here, Adobe's had those other places in Photoshop before. Now, you go down to the next block here, and you got something that says beta filters. And there's a whole list of beta filters. Now, makeup transfer, I didn't deal in that, but as I understand it, that's like if you want to try different shades of lipstick, so forth, like you would do in a store where you bought makeup, you can do that here and play around with that. Then to go on down.
The test filter that they're testing it
The what?
in the beta means it's being tested.
Yeah, these are all beta. The ones listed here, there's 6 beta filters. Yeah, it's a good point, Larry. And then if you go on down, there's a whole list of ones here. All they are things that Adobe's interested to know if you'd like to know about them. And if you click on them, it will just give you a block to respond back to Adobe on why you would like that and so forth. So those are not available. They're just ideas that Adobe has. So the 6 beta filters, in addition to the retouch filter that I showed earlier, are these 6 here. And Smart Portrait is one of the ones now, and Steve covered that a little bit. So let me go back here and go to another picture. Having a little problem here because you all are covering up my, okay. So anyway, so if I go back here, pulling up an image, that's not the one. Hang on. Okay. This is a Mother's Day photo a couple of years ago of my son and my wife. And when I go to the filter, this is the first thing you see that's very impressive about it, about the new Adobe software in 2021. You immediately see 2 blocks around their faces. It sought out the faces and selected those. So in the old days, you know, we had to select things, and now Adobe does tremendous amount of that on its own. And if we go back here and we want to go to Smart Portrait, that's the first beta filter. And on the right, you have a list of things you can do. You can make the person happier, surprise, anger, aged, gaze, on down, and all of these things. So
Wow.
They aren't very dramatic, to tell you the truth. And I'm trying to figure out how I can change my layout here, so I got you all off of my where I want to move this slider.
You can minimize that to up at the very top. You can click on the dash, and you can move them around. You can drag it around.
Okay. Okay, so if I take my wife Joyce here and go a little bit to make her happier. It takes a few seconds for the computer to do that. And if you drive these too far, you'll confuse your computer in a hurry on there.
The reason it takes time on the first adjustment is it's actually not doing it on your computer. It's sending it into the cloud, and they're doing it on their computer and then sending it back. But
all right. Wow. So while we're up here in the upper right-hand corner, you see those flowers. I've forgotten the name of them right now, but they're probably, this is in Las Vegas. That area right up there where I have my mouse, I'm going to use those a little later in a pattern. So make a mental note of those, and we'll talk about patterns a little later.
Oh,
So
she's
anyway.
smiling now.
It finished it and sent it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Okay, here's the before and after.
Oh my
So when
God.
you smile, it changes your face and so forth.
Wow. Wow.
So anyway, these are nice to play around with. Now, you can do the aging. You can move the head a little bit one way or the other. All kinds of things like that. So that's that whole set of filters there. And I'm not going to go through them all, but I'll show you a composite here where I applied several of them. Move that out of the way. Now here's one where Jim, I made him look older, and he's gray haired. It makes you squint your eyes, and you see his eyebrows up here. It grays up his mustache, and they make you a little bigger. So I guess that's what happens to us when some of us get older. And here's my wife with the smile, and I made her younger and so forth. Now, one of those filters talks about when you save a JPG file over and over, you get this matting look. And I think I have some of it there, but one of those filters will take that out. And I don't know that much about the technical details. That's the only photo I thought that would come close to that. So here is sort of a summary. Jim's hand is also turned toward the right side there.
Mhm.
And my summary of this is it kind of screws up a really good picture that we started with. So how much you want to do with this, like turning his head and so forth. I'm not sure that I would use that much of it. So anyway, let's move on now to another filter. I got it. Another filter is a little Halloween here. It's my contribution. This is one of my neighbors, and this is an elaborate setup. He has sound and he has animated things and all that. And this filter here is another effects filter. And it's called depth aware. And really what it is two filters. One of them is haze, and it works fairly quick.
Oh.
So you see, I hazed it. Now I got you all. Okay, now I've got this. So here's the before, and the after.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on warmth, if you go to warmth, it makes it blue. So Robin isn't here today, I guess. So this is back to your color wheel, and blue makes it cold. And if you want to go warm, then it brings it up to orange red.
Mhm.
So the thing about the filter, like with the skin smoothing and these filters, it does the whole thing, and it would take you a long time to mask this off and to play around with inputting the colors yourself. So, it's a definite improvement in that respect. Okay, so we'll move on now to the next filter is called colorizing. And go back in time to 1954.
Oh,
My computer ran away.
Is that
Of
you?
course, we had a black and white wedding,
Oh,
because that's all there was at that time, was black and white.
wow.
And this picture is kind of interesting because I still had my old speed graphic camera and we hadn't planned any photos or anything. So my buddy said he'd take pictures with, he knew nothing about cameras. So I loaded him up with a bunch of flash bulbs and loaded the film in the holders, told him how to pull the slide out and so on and so forth. So he got quite a few good pictures and I was amazed at that. So that was, okay, let's go to colorizing.
You look like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There you go. I was very thin.
What a great picture. God.
Adorable.
Okay,
I
so-
love it. Very romantic.
Yeah.
So we go to colorize and the colorizing works pretty
Oh,
quick.
wow.
Now, what I found out about this is
Oh,
it really does well on the mid-tones like this carpet, the blacks or the dark furniture and the browns and the skin tones and all that. I haven't really been able to areas where I've tried to use it on something I needed blue or red to do very much. So the question is, do you really want to colorize a wedding that
It
was
didn't-
really in an era
so
when
go
you
ahead
didn't
and
have color?
colorize it again. You didn't get your hand. It got
Yeah,
your-
it missed my hand here.
Yeah.
Now that brings up a point. There are some ways, in looking at some of the YouTube videos, that you can override that by clicking on it and moving the sliders and ringing it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's some ways that you can do it on there, and
Oh,
that
yeah,
I
yeah.
noticed that.
Yeah.
It was black and white. It colored their faces, hands, and
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to another on colorizing. Date. I don't know what. I think I'm leaning on the.
Yeah.
Okay, this picture is my family, and it's taken about 1914 or something like that. Yeah. And my dad, this is my dad here on the upper left, and he went World War I, 1917. So I figured the picture somewhere, in that era, looking at the ages of my two aunts. My dad told me about this picture years later. He said the guy came with a huge wagon. It was all self-contained. He had a team of horses, and he set up, and he had his whole darkroom, cameras, everything in there. And then he carried all these props. You can see the props and the chair. He also carried a lot of jewelry and clothes. So if you didn't have the clothes or what have you, he could fix you up. And so this is, now when you go to the filter to colorize this, you can see it immediately picks up all 6 faces. That shows you the power of this new software. How much time it would take us to do that. But it doesn't do a very good job on this old picture. So I tried to bring up the green and some of that in here. It didn't work that well. It missed her face there.
It's almost like a sepia tone.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's been hand tinted.
Yeah. So
Like,
I don't know.
like somebody wasn't that good at it. But yeah,
Yeah,
it looks
right.
like
Okay,
Marshall hand tinting.
Yeah, that's going to bring up Amy. You're my my friend here.
I like to think so.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in that era, we did tinting, and we did it with oils,
Yep.
and they came in a kit. And you probably remember that. And
I've
lo
done
and
it, yeah.
behold, they still sell it on B&H Photo in New
Yeah.
York.
Yeah, it's fun to do. It's really fun.
Yeah, they have aficionados that are doing
I used-
this all the time.
I used to do fill in with a dot pencil, just little tiny dots.
Right.
Does that little girl have a dirty dress?
Right. So we don't. There's a lot of this. Now that brings up the point, Larry.
It looks like it's a stain on the print.
Right. I'm in a process that's been going on for a few years, but during the quarantine here, I've gone full blast on digitizing boxes of old photos and cleaning them up. And when I first started this, I started doing a lot of cleanup and spending a lot of time, and that became impractical. But also, I realized that that's destroying the value and the era of the picture. And
Wow,
you got to keep part of the old look and everything to it, because you could make this sky perfectly blue on there. You could clean up her dress, you could clean up everything. But I've kind of backed off from too much of that.
Yeah, it's very impressive though. It even got the hair bow in the girl in the middle, and it's slightly pink, and it goes over the man's jacket. I mean, the fact that that computer program picked that up and made it pink like her dress is really impressive.
Yeah. So my mother-in-law did this. I worked in the studio for her all during my junior high and high school and college days, and they had a crew of 4 people that did this during the Christmas season, 4 ladies, and they would sit there and meticulously colorize all of the senior class photos and the Christmas pictures and all that. But I was surprised that it's still around.
Yeah, it's fun. And the first 3 you do, you make the most garish, awful pictures, and then you learn how to kind of back off and just come looking like a hand tinting and you know, just sort of skin tones and maybe some pinks on the cheeks and kind of bring it to life. But
right,
that's very cool.
Okay, now that's the beta filters. Don't know what will happen to the ones that they're asking about, the survey and so forth. But
Bob,
the other part of this artificial intelligence, it's very, very fascinating. They've made a vast improvement in being able to change backgrounds and masking. Before, you remember, we could use a lasso and go around somebody and mask them out, or we could use the quick selection tool that's over there, where you just go around and click the areas that you want to mask out. But now they've added in 2021 a select and mask under select here. And I don't get ahead of myself. Okay, up here in the top, you've got select subject. So you click on that, and hopefully this will work. Okay, so just like that, with one click, where we spent a lot of time going around other ways to mask and to get it. Now, one of the problems with masking is the edges, whether it's a hair or whatever's around, and you can spend all kind of time doing that. Well, here they've got a add-on here that's called Refine Hair. And when you click on Refine Hair, you don't have to do anything. It goes around the edge of that hair and cleans it all up perfectly.
Wow.
On there. So this is first of all, to have the intelligence to pick up the face and what's to mask. All I said was select the subject, and they select the subject. And every one I've done is been right on there. So now if you want to change the background, you can go okay and reverse your selection. And there's the part that you want to change. And you go to layer and put in a new fill filter. Now, I don't use this enough to know how much of this has been new, but I noticed one thing, they have a pattern layer here, and they've got some pre-selected patterns, which is like the blue marbles and things like that. But I always go to the color and I automatically put in 18% gray. That's my color. And the reason it is, I won't get in trouble with Robin or anybody like that on uncomplimentary colors and clashing colors and all that. And I start out with the 18% gray, just like I do when I set exposures for outdoor shooting. So you can see now the hair and all this. This is with a few clicks, you can do what used to take us a long time to do. So,
boy, hours, it could save you hours.
Oh, it's unbelievable. So let's move on now.
Hey, Bob, I have one question.
Okay, go ahead.
Who's the young lady? She's cute.
She is cute.
The what?
Who's Pam?
Pam. Yeah, that's my daughter-in-law.
Oh, she's real cute.
Yeah. I won't tell her what I said about the turkey neck.
No, that's a smart man.
Okay, now part of this archiving. Let me get back here. It threw me in camera raw, so we run out of that. Part of this archiving process is I'm going through the house, not that I'm going anywhere soon, but I'm 87 years old. And we decided it's time to get some things under control that's floating around here. So I've got about 40 things I photographed, and they have a story behind them. A lot of things were handed down from our family that we inherited. We were both the oldest in our family. And we got a lot of needlepoint that my wife made and things like that. So I'm photographing them, and then I'm annotating them or adding a little paragraph and a text box at the bottom that tells why this is important. Now, in the process of doing that, my son was here, and he said, "Oh, Dad," he says, that background is terrible. Let's get a better background. Let's get against the blank wall." No, don't worry about that. I know how to take that all out. So that's no problem. So anyway, he kept saying that, but so if we go back to select and we want to select and mask the subject, select the subject. Take a second here. Okay.
Wow.
Well, it was not quite perfect. It caught part of the tablecloth. But you can go back here. They load your tool right up for you. So your quick selection tool is there, and you can do an alt click and remove that. Or if you want to add something on, you can do a shift click and add it back on, if you remember from when we were doing this manually. So anyway, if you got to move on here, I take that and I put on a gray background. And then, Steve, are you listening?
Steve?
Okay, I know I was on mute. Yes, I'm listening.
I said, this is an airplane.
We're just checking.
What about some sky?
Yeah.
So I went to the sky filter. I figured, well, I'll get a sky out here somewhere on there. And my amazement, the sky came out like this.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Oh, wow, look at that.
Just a little bit of cleanup, I think. And that's
Awesome.
hopefully
Yeah.
close.
Well, yeah, I didn't bother to get it all there, but
Yeah.
there's something down here that needs to be cleaned up. Well, that looks like the control tower.
yeah.
So anyway, for Captain Larry's benefit, the first sky I put in was the high cirrus clouds. And the plane's flying around these high cirrus clouds with these gear down.
Oh, no, that,
So I went ahead and put a plain blue sky on, but let me tell you, this is a major find because I used that on some portraits. And if you want to put in a color, you could add sky on, like sky out any color or pattern or whatever you want, and put it in. So, but it's real quick. I mean, it just like boom. I was blown away when I clicked this up on there.
You could also remove the wheels easily enough.
Yeah.
I took the nose gear
Well,
off.
this is beat up because of the my grandkids playing with it, and now they've got great grandkids they bring here. so it's taken its beating, even though it's on a high shelf on there. But anyway, that's the project to do all those things and to do that. Now, one last thing, there's a lot in this 2021 on patterns, and you remember that one pattern that I showed you, those flowers in that picture of my wife and son. There's a lot of videos on all the crazy things you can do. You can make your own out of lines and shapes and things, or you can take photographs and make any kind of pattern you want or any size. I didn't get very far into this, but if you're into that, look at Photoshop 2021 and all the improvements and the changes that they've made. There's a number of videos. So my whole feeling about these filters is that this 2021 is phenomenal in its intelligence to mask and to seek out things. It's a big time saver, and it's a lot cleaner. The filters are some good ones, and there's some that may or may not be. So that's sort of the summary of how I feel about it. Purely my opinion.
Bob, on the filter that you can age people,
right?
I saw you had a picture of yourself as a younger man. Have you tried aging that picture to see if it looks like you now?
No, I wouldn't dare do that. No, I know, but there's a lot of these around that are apps on your phone and all that that'll make you look 150 years old. Yeah, no, I didn't try that.
All right.
On there.
Wouldn't dare.
Well, thank you.
So anyway, that's
that was excellent, Bob. Thank you.
2021.
Thank you very much, Bob. And
thank you.
What's
That
really
was very
amazing is with the changes in Lightroom and Photoshop, you can start the process in Lightroom, get it to where you kind of like it, but you want to do some more. Just right click and go edit in Photoshop. You go into Photoshop, do your sky replacement, aging or making younger, whatever it is you want to do, and then save it back into Lightroom and do your final touches. This is a process. This is a process I follow quite a bit.
Well, that's what I've been doing with all my old photographs. Probably about 10 or 15% I end up going in Photoshop. A big challenge is the texting. Is you got to go to Lightroom's never had texting, so you have to go into Photoshop and text. And I did find a add-on program that was pretty good. And one other thing I didn't say, that haze filter, where you haze the picture. One of my favorite things in Lightroom is that dehaze. Slide on there. And I almost need an add-on to do that on every photo when you go out in the mornings around here. It's amazing what that dehaze does on Lightroom.
Okay, we'll have to talk also. I'm not sure exactly whether you're using just the direct text tool or whether you're making layers with text. If you make layers with text, it's amazing what you can put together. So
yeah,
there's something. Jesse, maybe you can cover this. So that's something we'll think about maybe in a future session. Okay, thank you very much. It's 3:47. Do you want to review some of the pictures that people have posted, or you want to call it a day? You guys tell me.
Let's review.
Yes.
All right, here we
I got
go.
2 minutes.
Here we go. Hang on a minute. Here we go. Okay. This is our thing. I was very inspired by the presentation by Steve Grove on Wednesday that I created this slideshow called Vivian Meyer Tribute. So if you click on that, it goes to SmugBug and you can look at the slideshow.
Okay.
Here is Catherine. Is this picture by you, Catherine? Catherine, you still with us?
Are you muted? Are you muted?
Yeah. I took the picture. I didn't.
We can't hear you. Catherine, we can't hear you, Catherine.
Okay, now can you hear me?
No,
Yeah.
Okay. I took it a couple of years ago. I was passing by on the way to class and saw this and had to catch it.
It's awesome.
It's perfect. They're smashed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Very
There you
nice.
go.
Is that your door?
No, that was in Naples.
That's beautiful.
Naples, Italy?
No, Naples,
Long Beach.
Long Beach.
Long
Oh.
Beach.
Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, by the way, Kevin's already ordered this.
Why am I not surprised?
I just forgot where I put it.
This
That's a nice moon.
Really, that's really good.
So who's going to be taking moonshots tonight or tomorrow night?
Not me.
Is this a full moon time?
Yeah, it's a special full moon.
It is special.
Oh,
It's a
All
special
four-
moon, a full moon. It's a blue moon, and it's on Halloween. And the
Wow.
next time this happens will be like 2039 or something like that.
Mhm.
Wow.
What makes it blue?
The number of blue
hardware.
moons in a month.
I was in the hardware store and a lady bought a broom. They asked me, "You want it wrapped?" She said, "No, I'll ride it home."
Yeah.
Okay, I posted this. This is a very interesting article, how to take pictures like Vivian Meyer. This is a good tutorial on the sky replacement. Doug's not with us today. He had another doctor appointment. So I guess he can't talk about his spiders. Kevin's going to give you more information on shared drives and Google Drive next Wednesday. Tommy Grant, oh, he's not with us today. But he's been putting together, somebody mentioned something, who mentioned something about him having a photo work studio or something now?
That was me. He told us that he had sold his car and he turned his garage into a photo studio.
oh, wow.
That's
Okay.
great.
But he said he couldn't be here because he's still painting his house. He was finishing
Yeah.
up today.
Hmm.
He didn't sell that fancy black car that he loved, did he?
Yes.
Yes.
Think
Oh,
so.
my gosh. Oh, he
No
loved
way.
that car.
Here
Oh,
we're
that, I love that.
missing out. Tommy Grant, man, where's all the people here today?
Nice.
Kevin, you want to tell us about these? Kevin?
Oh, I love that picture, Kevin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Love
that,
it, love it, love it.
when I went to play golf on, the other day, what was it, Thursday, I guess? Was that yesterday I put that up or the Tuesday? I forget. Anyway, I was having breakfast and the sun was just coming up. And as I looked out, the players were just teeing off on the tee box for the 10th hole. I thought, man, that'll be perfect. And then this little flower right here was right next to the sidewalk where I was eating breakfast.
That's nice.
Mhm.
The one in the fog, at first I thought they were musicians. I
Yeah.
thought, wow,
Yeah,
what
they're
are they
golfers.
doing? And then I could see to the far left, he's an obvious golfer. I thought, it's a beautiful picture. I love it.
Yeah, it turned out real good. That was with my iPhone.
Yeah.
Ah,
I thought of the Children of the Corn when I saw it.
Those are that both of them are very nice. Really like the golfing.
Thanks for making me think about what I'm looking at and seeing that it is photo worthy.
Yeah, good. Good.
Mm.
I would have just gone, oh, that's cool, and not done
And then-
anything.
it's the photographer that makes the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good read. I hope it's seen by 13. Looks like only three or four of us actually read it, but it's worth reading. Seen by 13. These are the people.
Float over this scene by 13. So everybody, we can see if you look at it and you don't like it. So we can see who's not giving thumbs up, right? So you rat it out. People know. Not hard. You just go over there to the like, you hit it, and it's thumbs up.
And here's our own Myers.
Isn't that hilarious?
Oh,
That's your
coronavirus.
family?
Yeah. This is after my mother-in-law's cooking.
Oh my.
got their shields.
Yeah, my friend works for the city of Mission Viejo in correspondence with the city and flyers that enhance the city that make you want to go there. And they're collecting pictures of what COVID means for us socially. And she asked, I posted a picture of my daughter in the mask when she was trying on the bridal gown.
Oh, yeah.
And she found one. They gave her a heart to say, I found the one. And so they're putting that photograph in this collection of how COVID is affecting every day. And so I sent her this one saying, look, it even affects the skeletons. That's a nice face shield too. And there's
Oh,
Doug.
look at Doug.
Oh, I love that.
That's cool.
He's using those new neurofilms.
Oh,
Yesterday was National Cat Day, so I posted a picture of a cat.
is that your cat?
No, this is actually my sister's cat in Central Illinois.
Hmm.
Cat. It's not a city cat.
What do they do in the snow? They just hang out in the house?
No, they seek shelter.
And not in the house, okay.
They hunt mice in the barn.
Oh, okay.
Catherine, there you are again.
Yeah, that was at Yosemite.
Uh-huh.
Those are good looking pumpkins. With the bear paw.
Catherine, was Yosemite busy?
You're limited this month. I think next month they let anybody in. You had to have a pass to get in, and you had to go in on the day of the pass. And I think it was like 25–50%. Seemed like all the rooms were pretty much taken though.
God bless you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Okay. I live near a place called East Lake Village. It's an artificial lake about 3 miles from my house, and it's meanders all. I mean, it's laid out so all these houses, they all have a little a boat dock and a boat, and they have lots of ducks. And like I was talking about last Wednesday about getting out, or maybe it was the Friday before, I can't remember, that looking for the light. And when I walked over there, I actually went over there to take Halloween pictures because they got all this Halloween crap everywhere. But as soon as I got there at the time, just by coincidence, the time of day, the way the light was shining and reflecting, hitting the water, just gave this reflections everywhere. And I think it was a combination of the time of day and the fact that the air quality was about 150 because of the fire. So it gave me these great effects with I took several pictures. This one is another Myers artwork. Amy?
Yeah, well, it was pretty.
Yeah, right, very nice.
Was that at the bridal shop?
Yeah, yeah.
When's the wedding?
March 11th. We don't know if we'll still be in masks or not.
Oh,
Wow.
Let's see, I think, oh yeah. Boy, Catherine, you've been really covering the Halloween thing.
Yeah. That was in store window. I cropped it to.
Yeah, very good. I like it.
Nice.
Yeah. John, this
That makes me hungry.
is pretty scary.
It's bread and cheese.
I want some. I want some now.
Oh, and like I said, this is back at that lake. Look at how these boats are reflecting in the water.
They're amazing.
Wow. Nice.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Doug started a long time ago. He had just a picture of the house. And then after Kevin got us into shooting the moon, he added the moon. And now for Halloween, he added, we'll see what he adds for Christmas. But
You added Amy on there?
I wish I could fly on a broom and avoid a lot of traffic.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, no, and there's no problems parking.
You still have the comb?
It's probably
How
still there, yeah.
looking like
Is it
that?
at your house?
No, this is at the community gardens. And that is what I guess maybe a 40-foot storage container,
Oh,
shipping container, and we have it for storage. And the bees took over one of the loopholes, and the city came along and sprayed insecticide in it, filled the hole up with expandable foam. And then after they left, we went up and dug a hole back in, and the bees returned. And then this thing formed, and now they're gone. I'm hoping they left on their own to find a new home, but
yeah.
you want the comb?
Sure. If you come across it, it's not gonna. What is that? Like 8 inches?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, I'll take the comb, but maybe some more bees will come back for it. They'll come back and harvest the wax out of it and take it back.
They do?
Sure. Yep, they'll read.
I love that mask.
Me too.
Well,
Oh.
so I have just the mask that I wear for COVID, and it's the horns that are on a cute little, headband thing.
Oh,
Oh, wow. I could use that tomorrow for my Halloween party.
It's at the Goodwill out in off of a Magnolia and in Huntington Beach.
Okay.
They had a bunch of them. There's my daughter.
oh.
I know.
I found
love
the
that
one.
sign. That's really nice. Congratulations to her.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, we're very pleased. I wrote on there, I wish she found a good man first before she found the dress. So that makes me happy.
Half the battle.
Oh, that's a huge battle.
So now that you know all
Yeah.
these Photoshop tricks, are you gonna go on there and
Yeah,
Photoshop her real face back on her?
I could hand tint it and
We could just take a photo of her
yeah,
and place it in there and size it and just.
yeah. But that's kind of telling the time of
Yeah.
what's going on. She tried on dresses at another shop. It was really funny when she said, "Oh, I have to get a more neutral mask." She had a Day of the Dead mask on, bright red, and the skulls and stuff. She goes, "Oh, that kind of changes the vibe of."
Yes, Dia de la Muerte.
Yes, and that's fun.
This
Oh.
was an accident. I was playing around with camera settings and stuff before I went outside to shoot and accidentally triggered the shutter. And then when I downloaded it, I saw that. And, oh, pretty cool.
It looks haunted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
Oh yeah,
Wow.
fireman.
in the morning as the sun was starting to rise, the night before by 5 o'clock, it was like the sun had already set. It was so dark here.
Wow.
Smelled so bad.
Yeah,
And now we're back to whiskey.
the whiskey shot. I like it. I still like it.
You ever had Jameson whiskey, Kevin?
Have I had it?
Mhm.
Sure, yeah. Yep.
When
I've got Irish, I've got Canadian. That's Canadian right there. Scotch.
ever since my heart attack, I haven't drank any whiskey, but Jameson was my favorite
Yeah, good one.
whiskey.
Well, it's a good review.
Yeah, very good.
Oh, this is 2010 in England. I wish I would have been smart enough to write down more about what was going on here. We went to this guy that was, again, I don't know what to call him. He was a falconer, but he had owls. He had many different types of birds. And he gave all these demonstrations with these birds that were just amazing what he had them do. So
There's a guy down in San Juan Capistrano. If you want me to, Adams Falcons. He's very good. If you're wanting to see a show like that again and participate, where you get them on your arm, and he only does like it's like limited to 12 to 15 people, so it's not so many people all at once.
And
maybe we could set up a visit with our photo warriors there.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
yeah.
This is the day the fire started. And I'm not sure, we had a really strong wind coming down the Santa Ana River, which right down from me. And there were gusts recorded up to 96 miles an hour, which is hurricane force. Probably we were getting gusts of 50 or 60 at my house.
Mm.
And
How did that fire start? Do you know?
I'm not sure how the Silverado fire started. They're pretty sure that the
Electric company or something.
what's the other one? The one in Silverado, they're calling it Irvine area and Silverado and stuff. That fire, they think, was caused by a breakdown in some electrical equipment or a power line falling, something like that. I did see some videos of how the wind blow these power lines around, and it's really violent when the wind gets up that high, and you can see how they could snap.
And my son had to be evacuated because of that, Santiago.
Oh, wow.
Santiago fire. I love this.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
This is
beautiful.
And seen by 19, and 9 of them didn't like it, but anyhow, I love it.
See, I know.
Now, how does that go? So if you even look at it, it shows that you Just because you scrolled through?
Yeah, if you scroll and look at it, it tells you how many seen it. And then
Oh, I
like
see.
it, you click on like, or you can click on haha, that's funny, or wow, or boy, that's
Yeah.
or
What?
angry.
Or angry,
That-
Hmm.
or holding the heart, hugging the heart.
Catherine, you did a great job this past month.
Oh, thank you.
We've
Yeah.
all given you thumbs up.
This one I was trying, picked another tree from my backyard and I used a very slow, I used my backyard fence as a tripod and tried a slow shutter speed, but it didn't really give the effect I was trying to show. But anyhow, I posted it anyhow. Oh, this is amazing. Who posted this? Has anybody watched this? Let's see. Well, 14 people have watched it. I guess not that many were amazed. I thought it was amazing because I'm not quite sure. Kevin, do you know how he did that? He fixed the camera on the way.
There's
And then
a special device that you can lock on your tripod, and then it automatically locks on to an object in space, and then everything else rocks around it. So
wow.
This machine is actually moving with the Earth. So it shows that the Earth is rotating based on space. So yeah, I thought that was just phenomenal. I went to get one and they're a little pricey.
Were they sold out?
How much were they, Kevin?
They're in the thousands.
Oh
Yeah, I could buy 2 or 3 cameras.
Here,
But
Kevin.
that's what they use the same thing with people that have the big telescopes in their backyard and stuff that want to watch the night sky. You know, we're constantly moving in a circle and around the sun and through the cosmos. And so they made this machine to compensate for that.
Wow.
That was a cool representation of it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And looks like you've set up a workshop at home,
Did you have to sell a car?
Kevin. And oh, we talked
I
about
like
the neural
that picture of
filter.
you, Steve.
Yeah, I used the neural filter and made myself young.
I thought maybe that was when you first joined the military.
Actually, I got one when I first joined the military, and not when I first, but while I was in the military.
You see what I said on there? It looks just like you.
Here, this one down here is when I was in the Army.
Oh, wow. What
Got
kind
my
of
hair
rank
like
is
that.
that?
I'm not sure how I got away with my hair that well. That was a
Specialist.
so this is what I looked like in college.
Hippie.
Anyhow, well, I think we've probably covered just about everything, unless there's
So fun little review. Thanks for doing that.
Very nice. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
That
Yeah,
last
good.
one,
Enjoyed it.
I was able to download or to upgrade to the 21, so I'm happy.
Very
Good.
good. It's got a lot in it.
I'm gonna give it a try tomorrow.
Yeah.
So thank you, Bob. You've inspired me.
Very good.
Good class.
Thank you, Bob. Thank everybody.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Everybody have a good weekend.
We'll see.
Have a
Have a nice
safe
Halloween, everybody, and take lots of moon pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kevin, you're on for Wednesday. We'll see everybody Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.